Hello, Accounting 1. We are in 12-4, Work Together. And you see here at the top of the page, it's page 368. Okay, 12-4, Work Together. And with this, we're going to be getting ready to give paychecks out to our employees. All right, so they already give us the payroll register, and the date's July 15th. And they're giving us all the information for Edward P. Johnson and for Janice Nelson. Okay, they're giving us all this information already. Down here, we have to do this. Prepare Judy's Fashion's general account check for the pay period ending July 15th. July 15. Payment date is July 15th. Prepare the check to the order of First Community Bank. First Community Bank. Payroll number is, that's it. Enter manager signature on the check in the appropriate field for the signature. Okay, so this is July 15 payroll. That's why we're writing this check. What they're doing is they're moving this money from the general account of the business. Of Judy's Fashions business has a general account that all their money goes into. And when it's time to do payroll, they switch it over to the payroll account so they can keep track of how much payroll they are actually spending. All right. Now, up here in the payroll register that we have, payroll register for this date, here's net pay, which is the take-home pay for the employees. And here's where they've added it all together. So the total that Judy needs to move from her general account over to her payroll account is $1,933.32. So we got to put that here. Okay, that's how much she needs to move from her general account to the payroll account. Okay, so this is July 15, and the total dollar amount again is $19.33.32. Right here, we have to type it out in words. 1,000 900 33 and 32 100s. Remember, there's 100 pennies in a dollar, so that's where that comes from. All right, so here, and this is following the example on page 364. Okay, following the example on page 364. So we're writing this check to First Community Bank. That's who's going to get this check. And it's telling them to move it from the general account to the payroll account. So right here, we have to put payroll account, and we have to put this number in. Can we copy and paste it? No. 148 dash 164 dash 118. Okay. First Community Bank, here's their address. 320 North Dean Road, well, Auburn, Alabama. Three 6 8 3 0. And the instructions right here say enter manager signature. So right here, we're just going to type in manager signature. This is just like on page 364 of your book. And all we've done is we've taken this dollar amount here from the payroll register for net pay. That's take-home pay. And we wrote a check to the bank, taking this amount of money out of the general account and putting it into the payroll account. Okay, so that they can pay their employees. I check my answers. Green checks all the way around. That's good. So next we're going to the next step. The next step up here says payroll check for E. Johnson. Now, here is Edward P. Johnson for the end of June. That was his last paycheck. And now we're preparing his next paycheck for July 15th. It says when we write the check, we're going to put manager signature on that signature line. All right, so we got to put Edward P. Johnson. And this is July 15. And remember, when he got paid June 30th, the next day was July 1st. So this is the next pay period, the next one. Okay. Now, regular hours, 88 times $15 should be $13.20. And he had 5 hours of overtime at $22.50, $112.50 for his overtime. And then his current earnings, we add those two together. $1432.50. Okay, that's these two added together. That's his gross pay. Remember, that's his gross pay. He doesn't get to take that home. We still have to take his deductions out. Now, we got to figure out what his deductions are. This is his pay stub, so he takes this home to see how much has been taken out of his checks. All right, and this one, they're down here. I don't know why they put the payroll register at the bottom, but they did. So Edward had $61 going to federal income tax. Social Security for him this time is $88.82. His Medicare this time is $20.77. Health insurance this time is $60. His retirement this time, right here, $15. His total deductions for this pay period is right here, $245.59. $245.59. Okay. His net pay, it already tells us right here, $1,186.91. That's what this check is going to be. So this is July 15, paid to the order of Edward P. Johnson. He's getting $1,186.91. And we have to spell it out. 1,186 and 91 out of 100 cents. And then right here, if you remember, right here it says just type in manager signature. Okay, so we wrote his check. This is check 261. See that? Check number 261. So we have to come down here and put 261 in there. That completes the payroll register so that you know what check it was that gave him $1,186.91. Now we're not quite done yet. We still have to fill in these boxes and this box right here. Okay, so this is gross pay. Gross pay, this is before deductions. His total gross pay, total year-to-date, total earnings is 17,218 plus this paycheck, 14,3250. You're adding gross pay to gross pay. This was as of the end of June. He had made this much money from the company. As of the end of the middle of July, he's made $18,650 and 50 cents. Okay, so this is just continuing how much he's paid, he's earned year to date. So he had this, and then now this next paycheck, we add this to it. All right, over here, year to date, federal income tax, he's paid in $522, and now we're going to add the $61, and so now his year to date to federal is $583. For his Social Security, he's paid previously $1,067.52, and I've got to add the $88.82, his new total. For his Medicare tax, $249.66 is what he's paid in the past, and then from this paycheck, he's paying $20.77. So he has a total now of $270.43. Health insurance, he's paid $720, and now we're going to add $60 to it. So now he has $780 that he's paid to health insurance. Retirement, he's paid $180, and we have to add $15 to it. So now he has a total of $195 in his retirement. Now, year to date totals for all his deductions. I'm going to take here 27, 39, 18 plus the total deductions for this paycheck. And so his new deductions for the year, $2,984.77. One more box to go. This is his total that he has taken home for the year. $14,478.82. I'm going to add that to how much he's taken home in this paycheck. $1186.91. And now his total take home for this whole year, as of this date of July 15th, he's taking home $15,665.73. Now we're done. All right. Grade step 2. Let's see what it says. Checks, checks. Good. Now it says go to next step. We got to make the check for Janice Nelson. Okay, here's all her numbers from last paycheck. Look at the date, June 30th. Now we got to do this for her. Janice E. July 15. Now let's fill in her numbers. So gross pay, regular hours, 9:43, and her overtime is 51.75. I'm just taking it from right up here. And oh, what am I doing? That's stupid. That was not right. What she got on her last paycheck. What I need is down here. Janice, regular hours, 9:20. Right here, 9:20. And her overtime this time was 51.75. 51.75. So her total is right here. 971.75. I got to stay on Janice's line. 971.75. 971.75. Okay. Now let's get her federal income tax that she's having to pay this time. $76. And her Social Security tax this time is $60.25. 60.25. And Janice's Medicare is $14.09. $14.09. And her health insurance, yeah, it's the same as his. Health insurance and his retirement, they're the same for both employees. So $60 and $15. So her total for this paycheck, deductions for this paycheck, is right here, $225.34. $225.34. Okay, and her net pay, how much is she taking home, tells me right here, $746.41. 41 right here. 746.41. Okay. Now we can write the check for July the 15th. And this is going to Janice E. Nelson. And she is getting paid right here. $746.41. $746.41 of a dollar. I'm writing it here. Manager signature. And this is check number 262. So let's go ahead and write that in here. 262. Now we're done with the payroll register, right? We are done with her check, but she needs her check stub completed. Needs her check stub completed. Okay. So we got to do these year-to-dates. So her year-to-date for gross pay is 1188.72.50 plus her new check. Her gross pay of her new check, $971.75. So now, year to date, Her gross pay from this job is $12,844.25. Year to date, as of the middle of July, this is how much she's made total gross pay from this employer. Now we got to add up these year to dates for her deductions. So federal income tax, 892 plus 76. Her new federal year to date is 968. Her Social Security, 736.10 plus her 6025 is now 796.35. Her Medicare was 172.15, and now we're going to add 1409 to it. 186.24. Health insurance was 720. That makes that 780. Her retirement was 180. Now that makes that 195. Okay, so I can take this $2,700.25 and I can add it to her new total deductions of $225.34. And her new total deductions for this year is $2,925.59. Her net pay year to date, this is how much she had taken home as of the end of June, $9,172.25. And we have to add that to her the take home for this check, $746.41. So now year to date, she has taken home $9,918.66. Okay. Green checks. Okay, that's it for 12-4. Glad you could be with me. Stay well, stay safe, and right now stay warm and dry too, okay? Talk to you soon. Bye.